You gotta love that pumpkin spice. Hashtag living my best life. Hashtag blessed. What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. This video is less about me sharing my opinions about something and more asking your opinion. Yesterday on SideQuest podcast, we talked about a little bit about the PlayStation 5 and how there's kind of been a lack of news, a lack of reveals, especially when you compare it to the Xbox Series X and S. And I was kind of thinking about it. I've been thinking about it ever since, and I kind of wanted to make a video about it because I was wondering what you guys thought. Do you guys think that we don't know as much as we should about the PlayStation 5? For instance, we don't know anything about the user interface. We haven't seen much of it. I think there's been one or two leaked images, but really it's barren. We know a little bit about backward compatibility, but not a lot. We know a little bit about the controller. Probably that's what we know most about is the controller, right? We've seen a picture of the back of the thing, so we just barely know about the ports on the back. We don't know about PlayStation VR compatibility. We assume it's going to be compatible. Is there going to need a dongle? Like, how's that going to work? We really, like, when you compare this to the Xbox, right, you see these things are out in reviewers' hands. We're seeing footage. We're seeing a lot of people playing with Xbox Series X. And it just, there's like this, there's an imbalance in coverage right now. Now, obviously, we're all living with coronavirus. Manufacturing has been hit. You know, I'm sure software has been hit. So, like, there's all these delays. And to be honest with you, I couldn't blame anybody. If Sony announced tomorrow, look, we thought we could do it, but we have to delay the PlayStation 5 to, let's say, February 1st, right? The internet would be mad, of course, because the internet is mad about everything. But personally, like, I'd be like, well, good on you for getting it out in February because this year has been a hot mess. Like, who could possibly launch a brand new console this year? So for them to be a little bit delayed, like, let's say that the reason that we haven't seen any of the software interface, like a cross-media bar kind of thing, is because it's just not done yet, right? Because they're just having trouble getting it done. And the reason we haven't seen what the backward compatibility list is because they don't know what it is yet. It's going to be finalized when that thing ships. They're going to say, okay, what's ready to go? That's the list, more to come. That could be what's going on. I don't know. Or it could be that they're saying, look, let Xbox have all the attention now, and a week before launch, we're going to go full-on media blitz. Because what's really the point of advertising a console that you can't even buy, right? I mean, even if you want it, if you want a PlayStation 5 right now, there are pre-orders, but you can't get one, right? There's no place you can get one. Maybe you get lucky, like Walmart puts them up for 2 minutes, and you're able to get one of those. Maybe you go on eBay and buy somebody else's pre-order for like double what the PlayStation 5 is going to launch at. So really, what's the point in even advertising this thing? Or, same goes for the Xbox. Same goes for the NVIDIA graphics card. So, like, if you can't buy it and they can't sell it, what's the point of advertising it? So that's another issue that could be affecting like how much news we're seeing. It's a little bit concerning to me. Not overly so, I guess. And I was just kind of wondering what you guys think about it, because at this point we should be full on hype mode, right? Full on, like, bring the hype, bring the pain. Here's the games, here's the software, here's the controller, here's everything you're going to be able to do with this thing. And all we're hearing is kind of crickets, right? As we hear like a couple of things every once in a while, but really all year, to be honest with you, has been pretty low on details and news. There's the Mark Cerny press conference that I thought was pretty informative, if rather dry. And then, like, it's really been kind of this really slow drip feed. Like, we know this thing's coming out. We know it's going to be powerful. We know it's got a super fast storage. We know it's got a new controller. The controller does some cool things, but, like, you would expect to be seeing like full on like media blitz right now, and we're not seeing much. Coronavirus is a thing. You can't sell them anyway, so that's another thing. Plus, how many of these things do they actually sell at launch compared to like the lifetime of the system, right? Can they get 1 million of these things out at launch? You're always going to sell your pre-orders. You're always going to sell that initial allotment, right? But it's really over the next few years, whichever one catches steam is going to be the one that sells big. You know, for instance, the Xbox One sold half as many as the PlayStation 4 over the course of, 7 years? But still sold like 54 million. So it's still a lot of consoles got sold on the Xbox side. I don't know. It's just an interesting time right now. I always love these years where you get new console launches because, you know, I grew up in the time of the Sega versus Nintendo 16-bit wars, and honestly, it was hugely entertaining as a kid who had both of the systems, right? I didn't really give a shit which system won. I just enjoyed watching the chaos between the two. And that's kind of like, you know, that's what I'm in for here, is I just like watching, you know, how they compete on a level of an observer. It's like watching two gladiators compete in the arena. And the PlayStation just isn't bringing the heat right now. And it's a little concerning to me. Like, is this thing actually ready to launch? Is the hardware ready? I certainly hope so, because I don't want to buy a launch system that has flaws like I've done so many times in the past. So I certainly hope the hardware is ready. Is the software ready? I kind of doubt it, because we haven't seen any of it. You know, we've seen games running, but we haven't seen any of the cross-media bar. We haven't seen any of the store. Haven't seen any of that kind of stuff. So is it ready? Probably not. You know, probably not. It's probably going to launch in some kind of reduced capacity and very rapidly gain features over the course of a month, several months to a year, is my guess. But do I care? Like, no, because I'm still going to be playing those awesome games. Godfall, you know, the new Demon's Souls. Like, those games are very appealing to me, as well as Destiny. I can't wait to play 4K 60 Destiny in the living room. I think that's going to be an amazing experience, especially with Beyond Light coming out. So I'm really excited for the PlayStation 5, don't get me wrong. I'm just a little concerned that this thing isn't quite ready for launch. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Interested to hear, are you even concerned about this? Does this make any sense? Does it matter even? Because really, the bulk of the sales are going to be, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, after a price cut and after they announce the Slim, right? So let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Talk to you later. Bye.